I mean, I learned so much about films from my mother. And we go along and she'd say, well, Alan Ladd's very good, Brian, in Shame. He's nice for the young ladies. He doesn't compare to Spencer Tracy or Orson Welles or Gregory Peck, but he's lovely. But I'd walk a million miles, Brian, to see Spencer Tracy or Gregory Peck. And so they were, my mother and everybody around Mexborough, they all knew their films. They knew the directors. They knew the music. I mean, astonishing. It was big, big business. The cinemas there in Mexborough were the talk of the town. They inspired me to be an actor. I wanted to be an actor. So I owe everything to Mexborough. I got a scholarship there. I got awards there. I got marvellous teachers, Harry Dobson, the greatest director I've ever worked with in my life. I've been to Stratford-on-Avon, the West End, I've made films. But I've never met a director like Harry Dobson. Wonderful, a great big bull of a man, sensational. And when he rehearsed people, if they weren't giving enough, he would say to them, give your buggers, give your buggers. Don't be lazy, you must give. And as I said, if you went to the cinema, I went for a penny. The posh seats were 7pence, 7 pennies. So we could afford it. And if you didn't have the money, they'd, well, go on, lad, in you go. They'd let us in for nothing, you know. But in actual fact, there were the pennies, which was at the back, then the 4 pennies halfway, and then the 10 pennies. And then you might have the 11 pennies for the people who are lovers and courters, engaged to be married. And they'd sit at the back in the balconies snogging away. Aye, concentrate on the cinema there. And they'd be kissing and snogging throughout the bloody film. So there was a snogging area for people. We wanted to see Frankenstein with Boris Karloff, but we weren't allowed in. We were too young. He would frighten us too much. So I got made up as an old woman. And I put a shawl on and a great big overcoat over me and became an old woman like that, you know. I'd done all the makeup. And I went there and I said, it's, you know, an adult and 3 children. And the children could go in if they went with an adult. And they thought I was an old woman. He said, yeah, is it an adult and 3 children? And we went in, and it was one of the biggest bloody mistakes in my life. Because Boris Karloff as Frankenstein, because you weren't allowed in as a kid. Bloody hell. He came on. Oh. Bloody terrifying. I didn't sleep for bloody weeks, nor did the kids.
Life's a coat of many colors. It is never black and white. Can't have one without the other. The dark without the light. In the summer we were lovers. With a flame our hearts would burn. A flame the autumn would smother and leave this heart to yearn.